Hey guys, it's me, Apurvo, back again with another video. In this video, we're gonna learn how to destroy anything in your game. So let's start. Have you ever wanted to break objects in your own game? You can just shoot or click the object and the object will break into pieces. So you open your project and you realize you don't have a destroyed version of your object. Well, in this tutorial, we will learn how to easily create cracked version or destructible version of your objects and use them in Unity. By the end of the tutorial, we'll have something like this. This video is going to be divided into 3 parts. The first part is going to be creating the wall parts. Second part is going to be replacing the wall parts with the actual wall. And the final part is going to be adding gravity to the wall parts. In this video, I'm going to use 2 softwares. The first one is obviously going to be Unity because that's the game engine that I use. And the second software is going to be the very famous free 3D modeling software called Blender. If you don't have Blender, you will need to download it from blender.org or org and go to download blenders. It will take you to the download section of Blender, and from that you can download Blender for Windows or Mac. With that said, if you have both of the softwares, we can now proceed to making our wall Shatter. So let's go. What I have here is a pretty basic Unity scene with the asset pack imported from the asset store. The asset that I'm using is the Polygon prototype pack. It's a great asset pack with tons of model to make your game look good. I'm not in any way sponsored by them. I just like the asset. That's it. Now let's create the wall parts. So what I'm going to do is find the object that I want to break and right click on it and go to show in Explorer to find it on my Explorer. You just need the location for your object so that you can import it in Blender. Now let's open Blender and import my object. Just a quick thing, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this in the future. Let's get back to the video. The way we are going to make parts is by using a Blender add-on called Cell Fracture. It's not enabled by default, so we'll have to enable it. So go to Edit Preferences Add-on and I'm going to search for Cell Fracture. I already enabled it, but you will have to enable it. So make sure you enable it. After that, I'm going to select my object and go to Object, Quick Effects, Cell Fracture. Now I'm gonna quickly change the settings here to my likings. If you don't understand anything here, I'll put a video in the description that will explain all this very easily. So just watch that video by Mr. Creeps and you'll understand everything that you need to know. After making some adjustment, this is what I have here. Now I'm gonna delete the main object because I don't need it anymore and export the wall parts as an FBX. Now let's import the wall parts in Unity. As you can see, all the parts are imported. Now let's replace the wall with the wall parts. I'm gonna create a script for that and call it destruction and open the script in VS Code. Now let's delete all this and add a function called on mouse down. This is a default Unity function that basically means mouse click. You can use any function you like for this. For example, you can shoot the wall and it will break into pieces. But for this tutorial, I'm going to use this. Now we're gonna need a reference to our wall parts object. Let's type public game object prefab. Now we're gonna instantiate this prefab object into the wall's position and rotation. Let's type instantiate and open and close parentheses, and in parentheses let's type the object that we want to instantiate. So the prefab. Now we need a position, so transform.position, comma, and now we need a rotation, so transform.rotation, and make sure to end that line with a semicolon. We're gonna also destroy the wall object, otherwise we will not be able to see. So let's type destroy game object with a smaller g. Now save the script and go back to Unity. If I just apply the script to our game object and take our wall parts prefab into the prefabs option, if I play the game, as you can see, if I click on the wall, it replaces with the wall parts. As you can see, the materials are a bit off right now. You will have to apply the materials correctly, but just to make this tutorial quick, I'm not going to do that. Now let's move to the third part, which is applying gravity to our wall part. Let's take the wall parts prefab and put it on the scene. Now select all the parts and give it a box collider and a rigid body. You can also add mesh collider instead of box collider to avoid collider clipping. As you can see here, if you're having any kind of problem with the colliders, maybe change the collider to a mesh collider. Now save the changes and play the game, and you can see everything is working correctly. I can duplicate the object and it will still work. There you go. Now you can add this technique to any object and make everything destructible in your game. Hope you liked the video. See you on the next video. Goodbye.